Whether you're watching, listening or reading this, welcome back to the Runpreneur vlog, where we're on a mission to raise £1 million for children's charities by run vlogging on consecutive days the distance of one lap around the planet. It's a staggering 40,075 kilometres, and I'm going to commit to doing a minimum of 5k per day, and based on about 50 to 60 kilometres a week, it's going to take somewhere near 15 years to accomplish. So a truly epic challenge, but an epic fundraising challenge to go alongside it. So those who are regulars will know I vlog about all things entrepreneurship and running, and this is a Saturday summary today where I discuss my journey as a serial entrepreneur. So as always, if you like this episode, please give it a like and a subscribe, and let's get started. So, weekly update. It's always a highlight of my week doing this, because it enables me to analyse what's happened over the past week, because sometimes you get so caught up in it you forget to kind of take stock of what's actually happened. I've got my three amigos with me today, my kids James, Maya and Leo behind me, so they've kept me company today, which is always nice on a Saturday. So as always, I'll just go past these people and I'll give you my weekly updates. So just 1 second. So, weekly updates. I'll go through each business in order and explain what's been going on. So, the deal sourcing business, Property Empire Investments, had another sale this week. We're averaging kind of one a week over the past month or so, which is pretty good considering we're putting a lot of new strategies into play. So, pretty good week in that regard. We've also got the opportunity to become a lease provider, which is going to be super exciting, whereby we collaborate with multiple different housing associations and charities and be the kind of lease broker, which basically means that we're no longer reliant on one of our lease providers to be able to sell deals, but we'll have a whole host of them, which means we should go from selling maybe one out of every 5 deals we source to be able to sell kind of 3 out of every 4. So it's a significant increase. So we're working on that at the moment, so that's super exciting. When a sale comes in, it's always good. So overall, pretty positive week for Property Empire Investments. The education business, Property Empire Builder, where we discuss the 2 Squared Academy, which is our education program. We've almost caught up now with the modules as we released version 2 of the program, so it should now be in line on the weekly release that we set out to achieve. We've kind of maintained 100 active subscriptions, which is good because we're gearing up to another webinar launch at the end of April. So subscriptions are stable, which is good. We're averaging 5 new customers every week, but we're losing a similar number as well. So the churn is something to consider, but I'm convinced that when we introduce the new program and the new format, the retention will skyrocket. So yeah, overall, pretty average week in that regard. Not a lot of progress, but there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes going on, which is going to make the program significantly better moving forwards. So number 3 is the property business. We had another tenant move in last week, which is always good. So the rent roll is consistently moving forwards, and we haven't lost any tenants. So it's when that happens, it's always a good week. The block of flats, we should get hopefully our first rent payment coming in beginning of April, which is next week. So when that comes in, there'll be another new revenue stream, which will be really, really nice as well. So fairly consistent. You'll find with the businesses that have fixed income, i.e. the education business and the rental income, which is subscription-based or rental-based income, it's normally pretty stable. If you notice, it's the variable income or the chunky income, like the deal packaging business, which can be so up and down and volatile. So there's a lesson there that you want to have a really nice stable baseline of fixed income, and then elevate your earnings with chunky or variable income, which is my strategy. So then we move on to the Social Media Academy. We're recording all the videos and getting the course ready throughout April to launch in May. So again, that's exciting to be moving forwards with, but a lot of work needs to go into this month to get it ready for launch and promotion. So all the videos are being recorded at the moment and being edited, and we're getting the course nicely laid out and planned, so it's ready for a beta launch at the end of April, which again is exciting. And then we're on to the Runpreneur vlog, which is my main passion, which is this challenge to raise £1 million for 6 selected charities. Now the charities I've selected, I'll go into more detail about each of them on separate episodes, but I've selected Great Ormond Street Hospital, I've selected Children with Cancer UK, Children in Need, Fab Kids, Operation Orphan, and Internet Watch Foundation. All amazing causes, and they cover a huge host of issues that faces children in today's world. So I'm really excited to be raising money for all 6 of those. I'm starting to build relations with them so we can work collaboratively on the promotional campaign, but excited to have those in place. So we're now at the process where we're getting the website all created and ready to go, because there's no point launching the challenge when we haven't got our fundraising set up, information about what we're doing, why we're doing it, to give people the full backstory. This is more important than ever to have a real story behind it and really itemise the things that we're going to be making a significant difference to children, and how we do it, exactly how we do it, how the charities do that, where the money's spent, because that's what's going to get people to donate and get involved. I've got a few collaborations already lined up for the launch, which I'm super stoked about. So it's going to be an interesting launch. It was supposed to be beginning of April. We've still got quite a bit to do, so it's probably going to be mid to late April that we launch this, but this is my true purpose. I'm so excited about doing it. We've got a Guinness World Record pending for the most consecutive days running whilst vlogging. So this is day 300 today, so big milestone today. I'm about 6% of the way around the distance of the world, so I'm on my way. The reason I've launched it whilst I'm nearly a year into this program is for people to realise that it's not just, you know, I've got some evidence that I can do this. If people see that I've done this 300 days straight, it gives them the confidence that I can continue for the next however many number of years it's going to take. Whereas if I just started launching it from day one, people would say, well, what evidence have we got to suggest that we're not going to give you money and you're not going to do the runs or do the vlogs? So that's why we're doing it now, which is, again, super cool. So really excited about what's going on there. A big one this week was the financial setup of the group. So we've passed over all the payment runs now to my finance team, which is an accountant's firm who do all this for me under the watchful eye of my finance director, which is super cool. Morning, gents. And that's really exciting. So we've got all of our budgets set up, money being transferred in strategic but risk management related ways, so that whoever is managing the payment runs don't have access to all the bank accounts. We've set up separate prepaid accounts to allow them to manage payment runs based on forecasts. So that's all in place now, and that's a big weight off my shoulders. I've also done a lot of work on personal money management now. So I have my income bucket set up for all the income coming in. It weans through in a tax efficient way, so we offload a load of it through the business setup that we've got to be as tax efficient as possible, all within the realms of what you can and cannot do, I might add. But we've trickled it all down so that we've got investment pots, we've got big purchases, we've got kind of essential variable costs. Our fixed costs are separated. Our non-essential variables, so fun and, you know, socialising and clothes shopping and stuff like that, is all budgeted now. So what that means is that I have an investment fund which builds up quicker than any of the others really. We have a holiday fund as well, so I mean we can go on 4 holidays a year, which has always been the main goal. Obviously it's building up at the moment because we're not really spending it whilst we're in this pandemic, but hopefully within the next few months we'll be able to start looking at further afield than just the UK based. So the money management side, I cannot emphasise enough how much clarity and focus you get, and you can then start looking at your net worth position and putting strategic plans in how you're going to grow your wealth over a period of time. So I've spent a lot of time on this now, and I'm really excited with what I've got in place, and the earning pockets that I've created can really fund this to really fast track my growth over the coming years ahead, which is super cool. The other things that have happened is we've had a new starter this week. Our copywriter began working with this week, and she's already jumped straight into things and getting involved with the blog, getting involved with all social platforms, the content process, So she's come on really, really well. And we have another new member of staff starting next week who's going to be involved in the marketing side of the business, which I'm super stoked about as well. So we've got a real infrastructure now. I think we're up to 15 members of staff across the group. That's it for now until we significantly scale up, because we're also monitoring our revenue per head, which is really, really important. And we're trying to get, wage bill to kind of 10% or lower of income. That's the target. And then we're going to start doing profit sharing functionality with the team, so that if they're all contributing to the growth of the group, so they should get a share of the profit as well. So that's all being set up and worked out at the moment as well. So that's pretty cool. So that's pretty much it. So if I was going to summarise, it's been a positive week. There's nothing been majorly negative to report on. There hasn't been anything groundbreaking, but the money management side of things is a real high for me. Something I've been trying to get involved in and do for so long, but never felt I've been in a position to do it correctly. And finally, I feel I am now. So watch this space. I'll give you more information on the kind of levels, etc., as I start reporting more about what we're earning, etc., so you can understand my strategy in future episodes. But that's it today. As always, if you've got any comments or questions, please drop me a line. I'll respond to every one. If it's a bigger topic, I'll just do a separate blog episode and I'll tag you in so that you can see my opinion on the topic that you've raised. Check the link in my bios where you can follow, you can watch, listen or read these episodes and follow the journey on this mission to raise £1 million for children's charities. And all that's left to say is that the aim of the content I talk about has always been geared around helping people overcome the emotions of stress, overwhelm and anxiety by using exercise, in my case running, as a release mechanism to relieve those daily, weekly pressures in the form of stress. Clear your head, process what's going on, gain clarity on where you are, focus and move forward. If you don't have that process in place, those stresses will evolve into overwhelm. Overwhelmed when you start freezing, procrastinating, have too much on. We're going to turn around here, guys. Turn around and go back the other way. And you start freezing, procrastinating and get nothing done. And then before you know it, you then fall into the realms of anxiety, which is panic attacks, anxiety attacks, which is in the world of mental health challenges, which clearly we want to avoid. Now, I've been there before. I mean, it's like, what I've talked about is like the analogy of pressure building up in a pipe. If you don't have a release valve to relieve the pressure, the pipe will burst. And in that instance, the person or the business will break down. So I've been there before. I've lost multiple businesses because of this. I've lost multiple business partners because of this. And I've almost been bankrupt. And it's a truly dark place, and I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. So my pledge to you is, if you are someone struggling with these issues, drop me a message, okay? There is no catch here. Everything I do under the Runpreneur brand is all charitable, it's all value, it's all giving. There's no catch. Okay, in the future I might ask for some donations back to aid children's charities, but I don't think that's unfair to ask. But in this instance at the moment, it's completely free, no catch. Drop me a message, we'll jump on a quick call. I'll give you some hints and tips that have worked wonders for me, that I know are transferable into your lives. And to give you some evidence of this, I've made more progress since having my release mechanism, which is my running vlog. I've made more progress in the last 10 months than I have done in the previous 4 years. So hopefully there's enough evidence there that this stuff really works. So reach out, the help is there, it's free. Many have already taken me up on this, and we know we've made some significant positive impact on many people's lives, but the mission is to help as many people as possible. I always said, if this vlog helps just one person or saves $1 billion business, it's been $1 million worthwhile, and I stand by that. So reach out if you need help, it is there. So that's it from me. As always, if you like this episode, give it a like, a comment and a subscribe. Check out the links on my bio to follow the challenge, the journey that we're on, and to also see relevant content, which is all catalogued nice and neatly by playlist or topic. So hopefully it should be easy to find stuff that interests you. And I'll leave you with, as always, stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Say bye, James.